Well, I'm your boyfriend.
What have I gotten myself into? Hello and good morning, everyone. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Oh boy. So, anyone ever ask you, what's your type? What's your type in preference of partner, of love partner? And I would simply have to think for a moment and... I don't have a type. Oh no. Oh, okay. This game contains explicit images and content that may be disturbing or triggering to some audiences. So, I was yelling into the void on Twitter, as I'm known to do, 'cause no one talks to me on Twitter, and I came across a bunch of really cool art of this character named YB, so I dug a little deeper, and it turns out this is an indie game called Your Boyfriend Game. And, as for my type, my boyfriend seems like my type. So I'm not 100% sure how much of this I could show on YouTube. I mean, hopefully I can upload this to YouTube. I don't know how far this game's gonna go. So anyway, this is a visual novel, as far as I understand. And, let's play Your Boyfriend. Oh. Oh. What are the X's for? Oh dear. Oh no. That's a bit annoying. But this game wants you to know that there's explicit images and content that may be disturbing or triggering to some audiences. By Inverted Mind Inc. I love that logo. That's such a cool logo. Black Shepherd Games. So like I said, I don't know how hard... my camera froze. Creepy. Ugh. Oh, my name? My name is Espoir, if I can spell it correctly. Espoir. Okay. Welcome, Espoir. You two have fun. My life has been chaotic. Same. My family broke out into another fit of drama, so I left the nest, ran straight to college, got an apartment and a job. But lately my job at a Greasy Spoon diner has been unbearable. This job doesn't pay the best, so that meant I had to find a roommate to afford an apartment. And now my roommate is always bringing some dropout into our apartment for late-night study sessions. My sleep schedule is wrecked, and even better, the rent on the apartment is late. I had heard once that if you became a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends long. I've heard that. In my case, the friendship gets strained thinner as my friend keeps making excuses as to why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to lose money on the rent. Ain't that the American dream? I'm nearly broke and getting a second job feels like it will kill me. Because it probably will. At least in this park I have some alone time. This is such charming art. I've always loved this part of the park. It's untouched by obnoxious family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the groundskeepers. Even then, they only come by in the morning. Closing my eyes, I rub my face and huff out the tension in my lungs so that I could calm down enough to enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then, I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turn and look towards the interloper.
Whoa, hey, take it easy, it's just me.
This is voiced? The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench. Well, I kinda leapt when I oh my god, there's voice in this game? But then again, I haven't played a visual novel in a while.
You're a jumpy one, aren't ya?
Whoever does his voice, That's a very calm and cute and unassuming voice. He smiles and scoots himself closer to me, shyly and awkwardly. I keep my eyes on him, unsure what his intentions are. His unblinking eyes don't stray from mine, not once. I could look in those eyes all day. What's your type? Don't got one.
So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend?
Waiting for the inevitable discharge from this mortal coil.
Just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting out here, all alone like this and so far away from the jogging track.
So I'm getting the feeling that this character, the stranger, #YB, might be a bit yandere, which I kind of like. I mean, there's an extent, but I don't know how. I'm guessing this is gonna hit that extent. This is gonna get ugly, isn't it? But for now, I think he's a cutie pie. A chill runs down my spine. I cross my arm over my chest and slide myself away from him, closest to the edge of the bench. I mean, I guess if you don't... Yeah, he's a stranger. You're like, dude, personal bubble. My dude. My dude! How often does the same person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? Not often, for me at least. He picks up on my unease and refrains from sliding any closer. He crosses his fingers in between his legs and smiles warmly. Oh, it's not voiced anymore? Aw. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper, or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. No, I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. No! My Capri Sun, no! He scoots himself even closer, his hand nearly touching mine as he smiles shyly.
Look, I know this is sudden. Very sudden. But if you're free tonight, can I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
Yes! Yes! Can I have the pleasure? Who says that anymore? Where's this guy from? The 1300s? Never mind. He was the weird one. I can't tell if he's a bit awkward or just eccentric. What? Why? Why did he have such interest in me? I'm just sitting here.
Well, I'm your boyfriend.
Good night, everybody. Just kidding.
Isn't that why you're here?
Boy, that escalated quickly. My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming we were in a relationship? There is an awkward silence as the stranger sits, patiently waiting for my answer. Dinner sounds nice. Yeah, I guess. Don't talk to strangers.
I'm McGruff, the crime dog.
It's not like I'm doing anything anyways, and it would be nice to take a break from the monotony. God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours, and this guy seems interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really? That's great. He beams, taking a hold of my hand into his own. I'll see you tonight at 7. He was about to stand up from the bench, but pauses abruptly when he realizes that he was forgetting something. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a place to meet up. Sorry. I know that I sound absent-minded, but I'm just so excited. Aww. Sweet, creepy baby. How about that old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet, so no one will disturb us. The diner downtown? Which one? You know, the one that you work at. Oh, okay. Great, see you tonight. And just like that, he hurries off with a leap at every step. Aw, he's so happy. Looking as though he had just won the lottery. Or won a new girlfriend to tie up at his basement. I watch him as he disappears down a path that bends around a shallow hill and out of view. The park was quiet again, and the serene loneliness sets in once more. It's just me and a few songbirds singing in a nearby tree. I sit for a while, replaying the strange encounter in my head a few times. I suppose that I should be flattered that he took such an interest in me, I can't tell if meeting someone like that is normal or not. It's nothing like I've seen in movies or television. Isn't it? But then again, if I were Hollywood attractive, maybe it would be so normal that it would be almost annoying. I feel my cheeks flush as I think about him saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile creeps from the corner of my mouth. He must be as new to this as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. The bird stops singing, and as I feel a knot grow in the pit of my stomach. How does he know where I work? Yeah, exactly. How did he know where I work? I mean, maybe he just went to the diner and saw you there and said, she looks like someone who'd look great in my basement, and followed me. There's nothing creepy about that. Dad's darn diner. That's a great name. 7 p.m. I showed up at the diner, feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place that I work at for a completely spontaneous dinner date, and with a complete stranger who knew that I worked here. Weird. I take a seat at a booth towards the back. The diner isn't very busy tonight, which is less usual than most people would assume. Even though I work here, this isn't where I would choose to eat at. Maybe he was another customer that I had never paid attention to. While I work, I let my mind drift, and after a while I do my job as if I were on autopilot. I don't really pay that much attention to names and faces, even towards regulars. Maybe he was one of those regulars, building up his courage to ask me out every day but kept losing his nerve. It's kind of cute thought. But do I really want this to be a thing? Taking my seat, I wait. I look at the old-fashioned neon clock that hangs over the jukebox. He is 5 minutes late. I might as well buy myself a milkshake while I wait. The waitress on tonight's shift is surprised to see me at the diner on my day off. I imagine that she will tell me, job loyalty is one thing, but the food here isn't worth writing home about. After serving this stuff for a few months now, I had to agree with her. But at least the milkshakes were good. They are the really old-fashioned kind made with real ice cream and ingredients, and not the powdered mixed stuff and flavored syrups like the fast food places. Ew. The waitresses must have been less busy than I assumed, because she brought my shake to me only a few minutes later. Didn't have to wait half an hour and spray ketchup on the table. I pull the spoon from the vintage-looking ice cream glass and lick it clean. So good. I stir at the shake a little before I take a sip. Man, now I want a milkshake. A man rushes into the diner's front doors. He looked like he ran the whole way here with something tucked carefully into his arm. I immediately recognize his sleeveless hoodie and blue shirt. He quickly scanned the diner in a bit of a panic. He was running late and probably thought that I may have already left. I was one of the few people in the diner, but he didn't seem to see me very quickly. I wave him over. A smile of relief spreads across his face. Still winded, he hurries down the rows of booth to sit across from me. I just cannot read today. You're late. I know. Please, I'm sorry. I had to make a quick stop. He speaks between breaths. I don't know where he came from, but he must have ran the whole way when he realized that he was running late. Aww. Giving a timid smile, he pulls out a long white box that he was carrying. He places it on the table and slides it over to me. Here, I bought this for you. Thinking about earlier today in the park, it might have been a little creepy to ask you for a first date. For a date on the spot. I thought I might get you a little something as a way of apologizing. If it was awkward for you, of course. Look at that face. How can you not trust that face? He got something for me? Really? It had better not be a severed ear or fingers or something. That's exactly what it is. Opening the box, I look inside. I see 2 long stem roses with deep red petals. The thorns were removed, and they were bound by a shimmering black silk ribbon. Aww. What's a girl gotta do to get some flowers around here? Die? He smiles as I take the roses out of the box gently, as if the thorns were still in the stems. I draw the aroma in deeply. They were so overwhelming. They were wonderfully fresh and fragrant. I want some flowers. It's no bouquet or anything, but I thought they would look nice. He watches me admire his gift. Oh, I'm admiring. They are very nice. Thank you. I place the roses gently back in their box. He can't possibly grin any wider. He realizes that he is staring at me, maybe just a little too long for comfort, so he reverts his eyes shyly. But there were a few nagging questions that have been hanging over me like a storm cloud. Who the heck are you, dude? And while he was in a good mood, I figured that I should inquire a little bit about this cute but bizarre stranger. Dinner in a greasy spoon diner with a stranger carrying a box of roses didn't seem ordinary, and I had to make sure that he wasn't going to propose at the cash register, because that's how marriage works. I stirred the milkshake with the straw for a second or two. So, how did you know that I work here? Oh, well, I walk by this place rather often on my walks. I catch glimpses of you through the window from time to time when you're working, so he says. I mean, that seems legitimate, but I tried coming in, but I got cold feet and just kept walking. Like a loser. He glares down at the table shamefully. I reach over and give his hand a reassuring pat. I grab his cheeks and smush his cheeks together and say, "You are not a loser, you cutie pie." No, you're not a loser. Oh no. Oh no, I'm falling in love. Oh no. You know what? I don't even know your name. My name? The smile on his face fades into a slight grimace before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name, honestly. I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. Oof, he must really have a really horrible name or really horrible parents that he wants to dissociate with. Okay, how about... I mean, I like YB. I like that name. I think it's cute. And in my head, when I was looking at pictures of this character, I was just calling him YB in my head anyway, so... He seemed pleased with what I came up, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better, actually. Honestly, thank you. I reassure him and give his hand another gentle squeeze. The expression of disgust instantly evaporates into delight over the name I gave him. Wow, I didn't realize until now, but he has some really beautiful blue eyes. Oh, he does. The vivid color left me taking in their deep blue hue, and I didn't realize that I was staring until he spoke up. Are we having a moment or what? We're married now. We're married, sorry. I have only known YB for 10 minutes, but if anything happened to him, I'd hurt everyone in this diner and then myself. A blush spreads across his cheeks as he squeezes my hand back. Sorry. I pull my hand from his, cursing myself for staring like that. Wow, now I'm the awkward one. I look away shyly. I can feel the heat radiating from my cheeks. And I imagine them glowing bright red like a Christmas light. The thought makes my cheeks warmer and probably even more red. He chuckles and shakes his head. Hey, there's nothing to be sorry for. He reassures me with a soft smile. He looks around for something to break the tension, and his eyes fall upon my milkshake. Hey, I was supposed to buy you something. Well, you kind of already did. I point to the box of roses. Besides, we could share this, just as long as I get the cherry. Deal? I don't like cherries. I scoot the milkshake towards him. He looks to the side, reaching over to take it. Man, our first date, you're the one buying. I'm very terrible at this. Well, how about you buy next time? Next time. His eyes go wide and he stares at me with surprise.
Next time? You want to meet up again?
Yeah, sure. Well, this wasn't a total disaster, right? So yeah. His face glows as red as I imagined mine had, and he stammers wildly as all of his thoughts unexpectedly evaporate in an explosion of joy. I mean, I guess it wasn't. I mean, I don't think so, but I don't want to argue with you. It was cute seeing him struggle for a coherent thought while also trying to contain his happiness. His happiness of being with me, of all people. Still, as much as I was enjoying his company, regardless of how flattering it has been, I couldn't stay long. I look out the window in a bit of exaggerated way. I probably should have taken a nap or something, in order to get his attention. It's getting dark. I don't like walking home late at night. How about we continue this on our next date? Standing up from my seat, I pull out one of the napkins from the dispenser. Do you have a pen? Oh, I think I do. He pulls one out from his pocket and hands it to me. I write down my name and number, and smiling, pass the pen and napkin back to him. Here, call me when we can hang out again. Soon, okay? Taking pen and napkin from my hand, he gazes down at the number in complete awe before looking back up at me. Of course, I'd love to see you again. Oh. I walk to the register, pay for the shake, and with another quick look back at him, I wave and leave the diner. I walk more quickly to try and make it back to the apartment. Give me strength. Before nightfall, it gets colder outside, but for some reason I feel warm the whole walk back. Everything was quiet in my apartment, except for the rummaging sound of my roommate's study partner in the kitchen. I shield my eyes and I walk past. They have a habit of walking around naked after their study sessions, and I don't ever want to see if they were dressed this time. I don't bother to turn on the lights in my room. I flop down on my bed, face first into the mattress, and limbs spread out like a star. Letting out a loud groan, I eventually roll onto my back and stare up at the ceiling. Man, that guy I went on a surprise date with sure was cute. It was a rather eventful day. I got a little quiet time, and I even made a new acquaintance, despite how we got off on the wrong foot at first. I wouldn't say that. I'd say that's you gotta approach people. You gotta be creepy. Too tired to get up and find a vase or a glass for the rose, I let it sit on my nightstand. I don't bother getting undressed. I pull the blankets over myself, roll over, and let myself drift off to sleep. Is there something in the window? Cute. Oh wait, was that it? Well, I'm definitely going to support this game when I can. Yeah, I think there was definitely something in the window. I think my good old YB was watching me sleep. Wait, so now I've got to play it again? And be mean to him? I don't want to be mean. I love him. I don't want to be mean. I have to tell him no. I have to tell my baby no. What? No! No! Stranger danger! Stranger danger! I'm so sorry, baby. Oh, I sided with the display.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
That rose still has its thorns. I come here almost every day, you know. Well, I wouldn't know because I'm not the one doing the stalking. And then finally speaks. I know you have no interest in me, and I get that. But can I at least see you again? Not on a date or anything, but just to hang out. I feel as though we got off to a bad start. Why? I don't even know your name. Aw, my name? It's a joke, really. I much prefer if you made a nickname for me. Aw. The smile on his face fades into a slight grimace before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name. How about YB? He seemed pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it may have been. Yeah, that's much better. Honestly, thank you. The two of us go back and forth in conversation. Wybie, surprisingly, did most of the talking. He kept going on about his job as a product tester, and how most of the products were cheap junk. Once we arrive at my apartment, Wybie looks down at me and tucks his hands into his pockets. Well, home sweet home. He grins shyly. We stand in the hallway, neither of us knowing exactly what to say next. I start hearing faint sounds of my roommate and their study partner messing around inside. Wybie hears them too, and his eyes get a bit wide. What's going on in this thread? What's going on in there? What's that about? I don't know. Tomorrow's a slow day since it's Sunday. You can come over if you like. It's that small mom-and-pop diner by the record store. Oh, I know. I know exactly where you work. I already know. Having me pose as a customer to extend your break time. Devious. I like it. Oh no. Oh no, fangs. Oh no. What's your type? Don't have one. He flashes a wry smile before turning and walking down the hall. Can I just say I love Wybie's design? It's so simple, but it's so expressive, and I'm falling in love with him already, and this is just the demo. I'll be there around noon then. He looks over his shoulder, smiles, and waves as he saunters further down the hallway towards the exit. What a charming lad. Simple wish. I hope this turns out alright in the end. Yeah, he's there. He's in the window. Yeah, he's there in the window. Welcome, Espoir. You two have fun. Who's saying that? Gaster? Is that you? This day just keeps repeating. Every day there's family drama and roommate drama, and I have no money, and the system is corrupt. And there's hair in my eye. So I abandon society to live in the forest. I sit on the bench and start devolving into the moss. Gotta be a monster. Gotta be a monster, my sweet baby. Scream in his face like Bugs Bunny. No! I was trying to abandon society, but then some cute boy tried to bring me back into the society, and I was like, no! And he's like, you gotta be a normal person and eat normal food. You can't eat sticks and moss. And I'm like, no, I'm going to be a feral animal. And so I ran away to the florist shop to get some moss to eat. And the moss smelled really good, and I saw a rose over there, and I was gonna eat it.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
The cute guy appeared. And then I started yelling at him, and he told me to be quiet, and then I took a chomp of the rose that he was holding, but it had thorns, and I regretted it. Time to be mean. You've been watching me? You've been watching me trying to devolve from society? And he grabbed my arm, and I was like, don't touch me. I hiss at him because I've gone feral from wanting to live in the forest. I hate walking home at night. I hate this society. I hate these roads. They've paved over the forest where I need to live and live as a possum. And after crossing paths with a crazy stalker, I have a good reason for it. To abandon society, live in the forest as a possum. Eat moss and roses. Actually, that doesn't sound too bad. The moss and roses part. What am I doing? What am I even talking about? Before I fall asleep from sheer exhaustion, my last thoughts were a simple wish. Man, I hope I never see that weirdo again. I'm gonna get home on my own 4 feet, as I am a possum, and I have abandoned society to live in the forest, which you have interrupted me. Alright. So, this game is the demo of Your Boyfriend Game. There's tons of art of him on Twitter. I will leave a link in the description, because that's what people do, right? And I will be looking forward for this game. I'm already in love with Wybie, and I'm going to be buying him an engagement ring soon. So, take care, have a good night, and remember to leave the world a better place than you left it. And still, stranger danger, don't talk to strangers, and, be safe, and all that stuff. Good night.